Hi, I'm Jer. This is my comic self, and we're going to talk about drawing comics and saving the world, two seemingly disparate activities that many people would consider insurmountably daunting, but are actually incredibly accessible. My plan tonight is to walk you through the process of drawing comics and saving the world, and invite you to try one or the other, or if you're feeling bold and sassy, both. Let's talk about drawing. When you were a kid, drawing was easy. You just grabbed a crayon and you went to town. But now that you're an adult, nothing's changed. If you have an idea for a picture, no one's going to stop you from grabbing a pencil and scribbling it down. A lot of people worry that they can only draw stick figures, but stick figures are awesome. XKCD is nothing but stick figures, and it's one of the most popular comics on the internet. If you have a good idea for a picture, it doesn't matter how good your idea is, it just matters that you get it down. Let's talk about saving the world. Saving the world is actually much like drawing. It's a lot easier than most people realize, but it's very intimidating. So to walk you through the steps of it, I'm going to start with something we're all incredibly good at: complaining. When we complain, what we're doing is identifying problems. This is a very constructive thing that we all do, because when we complain, we are talking to our friends about problems and deciding as a community which problems are worth paying attention to, which ones are really problems. When we do this, though, we follow it up with something very silly. We assign blame. Now, you're not wrong when you do this. It's just that this is still just part of identifying the problem, but it feels like a resolution. And you can't really expect the person that caused the problem to clean it up. So what we need to be doing is discussing solutions. When someone's presented with a solution, then people get excited about it. They want to take part. They want to be involved and see if their efforts have an effect. I really want to try a bacon-flavored bug. Solutions come from ideas, and ideas are under a lot of competition from other voices from people that don't want the world to change because they don't believe there's a problem or it would upset their status quo. To deal with this, we need to take control of the conversation, and comics are the right tool for that job. This brings us to my experiment and my hypothesis. Enabling people to draw comics will enable the discussion and, let me just read it. Enabling people to draw comics will increase the visibility and discussion of progressive ideas that lead to positive world change. How are we going to test this? I'm going to enable you. I have brought a huge stack of comic strip templates. They'll be out here in the lobby, right where you came in the center. And I'll be sitting there with a bunch of markers. We're going to draw some comics. We're going to take pictures, share them with this hashtag, and we'll see what happens. Your comics don't have to be solutions. They can just be ideas, things that you see that no one else sees, things that you've thought that no one else thought. And if you find that you like doing this, you're not alone. Seattle has an amazing comic artist community. My club, Sakaga, meets every Tuesday, but there's a dozen other clubs just like it that are there to have your back. And when we work together, we can realize that drawing comics can ignore that guy. This is not about me. But it is something that I write about because it's something I'm really passionate about. I believe that comics are a media that can communicate in a way that other media can't. And it's really easy to discount comics because most people think they're just sexy people punching things. And that is a type of comic, but it's just one type of comic that typically is drawn by one type of person. The comics that I grew up with when I was a kid were the newspaper comics that introduced me to a variety of artists with a variety of art styles and a diversity of ideas. And it's that legacy that I'm inviting you to be a part of. No one can save the world by themselves. It takes the idea diversity of all of us working together because no one knows which of us in this room is going to have the idea that will turn into a solution for us to that could actually solve a problem. And comics are by no means the only way to do it because it ignites another way. But comics are uniquely equipped for the age of social media because we have this flow of information constantly bombarding us. And when we see a picture in that flow, it jumps out at us, it grabs us. It makes it much easier to share and discuss. And that is how we can take control of the conversation and change ideas into solutions. So, I invite you to come hang out with me at intermission. We'll draw some comics and hopefully save the world.